My dear child, with all the tenderness and love of a devoted father who is aware of every secret in your heart, I can see where you attempt to hide, those quiet rooms where you keep your questions, your hurts, and your unsaid dreams. But I want you to know that nothing is hidden from my sight. I don't bring condemnation to you. I'm here with empathy and an offer to get closer. You have longed for a sign that you are not alone, prayed for enlightenment, and murmured your confessions into the darkness. Now, in these lines, that sign is in front of you. Allow them to strike a chord with your spirit and reveal a more profound reality within you. I, the Lord your God, have always loved you with a passionate and unending love. Take a deep breath, calm your heart, and remember this. I want you to completely understand this message, to share it with others who might need to hear it, and to find solace in the fact that I am close by. Let yourself rest here with me. At the start of the day, take a moment to express gratitude before grabbing for the distractions and anxieties that consume your thoughts. Acknowledge the value of your life and the gift of life that continues to flow through your veins. Recognize the friends and family I have surrounded you with, despite any tension or imperfections in those relationships. You see, the secret to greater heart disclosures is thankfulness. It helps you refocus your mind and your spirit on the blessings you currently have. Let your spirit be receptive to receive my guidance during these times. You will find that I offer wisdom for the future when you allow me into your everyday life. You will experience a calmness in your thankfulness that dispels uncertainty, fear, and anxiety so that my spirit can speak gently and offer hope. I am aware that there have been moments when you felt you should be punished. The mistakes you've made or the commandments you've broken may have made you feel unworthy. Don't assume that I've turned my back on you. In my kindness, I have spared you from many of the possible outcomes. My ultimate goal is to restore you, not to destroy you. More than any kind of retaliation, my heart longs for your transformation. I want you to get back up after you fall. Through my word, I have commanded you to abstain from murder, false testimony, lying, and sowing strife among your fellow believers. These directives are meant to lead you to a life of honesty and love, not to keep you bound by fear. I can see your challenges though. I see the moments when your heart feels torn, the world's uncertainty, and the allure of temptation. However, my grace is still greater than any guilt or shame. I'll give you strength every day if you keep your eyes on me. Keep in mind that any sin, whether it be pride, treachery, slander, or dishonesty, can act as a hurdle on your path, obscuring your feeling of purpose and serenity. You can carry these sins inside of jails, but I'm come to break all the chains. Fornication and adultery are examples of bodily sins that have serious repercussions. But don't undervalue the influence of words. Malicious stories have the power to destroy families, and lying lips can hurt the soul. Every mistake has consequences, but they can all be turned around. Do you sense that soft prod in your heart? I'm calling you back to wholeness with that presence. You should embrace change rather than be afraid of punishment. Your frailty makes my power flawless. You will find the way to freedom if you rely on me. Have you had the impression that my communication is intended for someone else who is currently affecting you? If so, spread these words right away. Don't hesitate, because you might be the ray of hope they much need. Be assured that I will lavish my abundant favor on those who serve me sincerely and freely communicate my message. You share my words to demonstrate compassion, just as I have shown you compassion, not to brag about your piety. Bring this lamp of truth to everyone who is crying out in despair or who has lost their way. They shall be led through the dark by my light. You reflect my glory in such service, and I magnify the grace you have already received by bestowing upon you an immeasurable blessing. Don't assume that your work is minimal or unimportant in my opinion. The tiniest deed of generosity exudes timeless worth. Let's have an open discussion about the burdens you bear. I can see the fatigue in your bones and the weight in your soul. Dear child, you have asked for guidance, for a breakthrough, for a reminder that you are not forgotten. I'm here to let you know that I'm paying attention. I saw you cry and gathered them in my palms. I've prepared a response for you that goes beyond what you asked for. The enemy will occasionally try to persuade you that you are fighting alone and that no one is listening to your prayers. However, I have already sent my angelic army to fight for you in the heavens. For your benefit, your development, and your deliverance, a fight occurs. Dark forces try to stop you in your tracks, pull you down, and smother your hope. But surrounding you, my army is on alert, fending off arrows you might not even be aware existed. Have faith that I have started the process of your victory. You will eventually recognize how each hardship was weaved into a blessing and restoration. I want your words and personal affairs to be intelligent. Your innermost secrets should not be revealed to everyone. I give you the wealth of discernment. Before you reveal your sensitivity, get my advice, because there are some who would take advantage of your honesty. Like a burglar, the enemy lurks around looking for a gap in your defenses so they may take advantage of your trust. However, I also surround you with honest people who actually care about your welfare. Recognize the difference between people who arrive with a purpose and those who arrive with love in their hearts. Listen to me and I'll give you advice. Your faith is a valuable gem that needs to be carefully protected. But don't worry, I am your best defender, your spirit's defender, and your heart's watchman. The difficult and depressing times pass quickly. Maybe you've had the feeling that everything is collapsing beneath you, that every dawn brings sadness and hardship. The night, however, cannot last. I assure you that these worries will pass like clouds that temporarily obscure the sky when the morning is set to shine. Your difficulties will pass, and your path will once more be illuminated by the light of my grace. One day, even those who have wronged, humiliated, or hurt you might come back with contrite hearts. I want you to be merciful and understanding in return, to show you the same compassion I show you every day. Give them a glimpse of my love, the kind that erases debt and shatters animosity. The world frequently promotes retaliation or a heartless attitude, but keep in mind that you serve a God who is incredibly forgiving and who restores what has been damaged. You will experience a freedom that is unmatched anywhere if you are willing to forgive. Don't let the glitz of false promises influence you. There are a lot of voices around you that promise happiness, success, or salvation. They may try to lure you away from the haven of my direction by using deceptive tactics and false words. Never forget that I am the only one with the ability to heal your spirit, drive out your fears, and bring true abundance into your life. Look to my eternal might rather than mortal strength. You can prevent your benefits from dispersing like leaves in the wind by securing your faith in me. You run the risk of losing the joy and tranquility that are truly yours when you let your dedication veer toward worldly illusions. Remain steadfast on the foundation of my everlasting word, which is unflinching, unchangeable, and unaffected by any storm. I address you today with a mild sense of urgency. You are on the verge of making a choice. My spirit is urging you into a more profound commitment when you sense a stirring in your heart. I have showered you with love, showing you how much I care by leading you through every adversity and giving you hope at every dawn. I want you to make a decision now. Will you walk in a partial acceptance of my promises, or will you totally embrace this love? You are not coerced by me. I want to invite you. I am your comfort, your hug, your permanent home. I wish I could greet you with warmth every morning when you wake up. Allow your initial movements to be focused on me, where you can hear the quiet little voice that soothes all troubles. My word illuminates your path and teaches you how to walk with humility and kindness. You will experience unimaginable blessings as a result of your obedience. I can see how your pillow was saturated by your tears at night. My child, I have counted every sigh and identified every pain in your bleeding heart. Don't think for a second that I have forgotten your grief. I'm reaching out today to help you find your way to a bright future. Your muttered prayers have not been forgotten. They land on my throne of grace after rising like fragrant incense. In the background, I'm working to create answers and miracles that will surpass your wildest expectations. You will soon reflect on this season with appreciation, seeing how each hardship helped to mold you into a resilient and compassionate person. I'm clearing your record of past transgressions. You are defined by the limitless potential I have given you, not by your past. Give me your whole heart, and I will fill it with light, changing your viewpoint and giving you the courage to move forth fearlessly. Part of what I have planned for you is reconciliation. I am able to mend friendships that broke under the weight of betrayal and families that appeared irrevocably ripped apart. You capture the spirit of my heart when you decide to forgive. People who have hurt you might eventually approach you to ask for your forgiveness. Give them the grace I have bestowed upon you. Recall that you too needed forgiveness at one point and found it in me in spades. By eliminating the spiritual poison that destroys relationships, a forgiving heart is a healing heart. Offer your empathy, your comprehension, and your open arms. You serve as a living example of how my love overcomes all acrid roots. This gesture is more than just admirable. It serves as the impetus for a miraculous metamorphosis in you. You turn into a conduit for my mercy, giving others hope. Don't let resentment or deception cloud your judgment in the job or in your day-to-day responsibilities. I observe how hard you work on every assignment and how persistent you are even when you don't get credit for it. Have faith that I will respect your loyalty. Bring up your worries with me whenever you feel ignored or misinterpreted. It's me who opens doors that no one can close. I'll put you in touch with opportunities that complement your skills and honor your moral character. Keep your words pure nevertheless. Steer clear of defamation and rumors since these seeds of division and prosperity extend beyond money. It includes mental, emotional, and interpersonal wholeness. I will show you kindness in unexpected ways as long as you cling to the truth and compassion. You never go it alone. Every meeting, every dilemma, every choice you make has me by your side. Allow me to be your pillar of support and stability during uncertain times. I've been urging you toward a greater goal in our conversations for a while. While some of you have drifted in doubt, others have heeded my message and become wiser. The moment has arrived to go toward a deeper comprehension and reach a greater height where my message serves as your spirit's daily nourishment. Set aside transient diversions, material wealth, external recognition, and surface-level pleasures. The depth of communion with me is beyond their comprehension. My glory endures after these earthly illusions perish. If you lose something you formerly held on to, don't panic. Sometimes the trimming that makes room for fresh growth is loss. It is not a show of weakness to give me your hopes and anxieties. It is a statement of confidence. Your life enters a world of miraculous supply in that trust, where miracles are commonplace and there are numerous accounts of my faithfulness. There is wonderful news coming your way, so don't worry. I'm removing invisible barriers to make the open doors you've hoped for a reality. I am giving up my ability to heal you physically and emotionally because you have yearned for it. No matter how tiny you think your faith is, it is a priceless seed sown in the ground of my promises. It will become a powerful tree of hope. Its roots will remain strong when the storms rage. Its branches will not break when doubts howl. Keep in mind that when there is true faith, my power thrives. You may reject doubt by stating my truth every day, even if it tries to infiltrate your heart. Talk life into your situation. With the strength I give you, shout with assurance that you can accomplish anything. Allow that belief to emerge from the core of your being, banishing all discouragement. Even now, feel the warmth of my voice in your heart. That soft stirring is my spirit attesting to the love and comfort I always lavish upon you. Sometimes the things I have planned are beyond words, yet know that I am with you. These assurances are not the stuff of far-off dreams. They were created out of divine kindness and are my gifts to you. Remember the words you have read whenever your thoughts go to shadowy areas. Allow them to act as lights that lead you back to my unalterable truth. Take a deep breath and call on me if life's burdens are getting to you. I'm prepared to bring about peace. I am neither a myth nor an abstract idea. I interact with your world as a living God. I hold your future in my kindness, tying every aspect of your existence into a lovely pattern. I am aware of the dynamics in your household. I witness the tears and the laughs, the harmony and the turmoil. I hope your house turns into a haven of harmony and love. Create time for prayer, scripture reading, open discussions about faith, and spiritual introspection. Allow forgiveness, respect, and grace to reverberate throughout every space. Conflict frequently arises as a result of hearts forgetting the basis of love I laid. Decide to be a tool for my calm. Whether you are gently correcting someone or making a gentle gesture during uncomfortable situations, see how your example affects others and piques their interest in you. The seeds of optimism are being sown, even if people don't react right away. Those seeds will eventually sprout and produce fruit, proving my transformational ability in ways you never imagined. There may be many people who ridicule your religion or doubt my existence. Even if their remarks may hurt, try not to allow them take away your happiness. What the world does not comprehend has always been met with resistance. Some individuals put on a show of accomplishment or wisdom, but their souls are still in turmoil because they don't know my truth. By remaining steadfast in your beliefs, you radiate a kind light that can lead people to salvation. You don't have to be afraid of those who disagree with you. They assert that they are knowledgeable, yet genuine comprehension originates from a reverent heart that is in harmony with my desire. Remember my fidelity throughout the ages when uncertainty threatens you. Today's God is the same God as yesterday's. I have raised up the lowly, broken down walls, calmed storms, and separated oceans. Let these testimonials serve as a reminder that my love for you is limitless and my power is unbounded. Take cover under my wings if threats or animosity make your spirit hurt. The assurance that I will defend you should not be overshadowed by the words of dishonesty. I stand between all the burning arrows that are aimed at your heart and you. Allow me to serve as your defense, your stronghold, and your steadfast barrier against the enemy's attacks. Trials may occur, but they only serve to hone you and aid in your character and perseverance development. The biggest discoveries frequently come after the bloodiest conflicts. Consider the storms in your life as chances to observe my might. You'll notice that the dawn triumphs over even the darkest night. That dawning brightness, that unending sunlight, is who I am. Transfer your burdens to me. You can't carry them alone, they're just too heavy. Rest for your soul will be found in me. Accept the blessing I give you today. I say these words as a living vow that has the power to change your life, not as meaningless rituals. Accept my grace and allow it to heal all the broken parts of your heart. Tell me you trust my timing and my strategy, that you believe. I'll show you wonders beyond your wildest dreams in exchange. Your prayers and cries for assistance have not gone unheard. I plan responses based on my intelligence, which sees beyond what is humanly possible. Even while it may seem like nothing has changed in your situation, realize that there are seeds of deliverance planted. I'm never late, so trust my process. Preparation is frequently what seems like a delay so that you are prepared to diligently steward your benefit when it comes. You should turn your focus forward, I say. Be a teacher, not a tyrant, and let the past stay behind you. The wonderful future I have planned for you will be obscured if you cling to regret or sadness. You give yourself access to countless opportunities for change when you put your trust in me. Sometimes letting go of people, places, or activities that impede your spiritual development is necessary for that shift. At first, this could seem like a loss, but in reality, it's an investment in a more fulfilling life. Don't be afraid to let go. I will pour fresh blessings into the voids that remain. You'll find chances, connections, and skills that fit my will for you. Have faith in the divine purpose and sacred value of your life. The meaning I have weaved into your identity cannot be undone by any circumstance, person, or error. Despite your flaws and uncertainties, let the awareness that I cherish you uniquely warm your heart. I love you with all my heart. My love is given to you because I choose to spend it upon you. You never earn it by your actions. The enemy takes great pleasure in making you feel unimportant or undeserving. However, you are a cherished heir in my kingdom. Do not turn away out of embarrassment when you make a mistake when I hold you in the highest regard. Rather, rush to me like a child looking for a parent's protective embrace. I'll put you back together and remind you that you are actually mine. Disregard those who would diminish your value. Even if the world ignores or rejects your potential, you were made in my image and destined for greatness. When you humbly allow me to work through your life, my power becomes apparent. I offer to talk to you every day. Talk to me honestly and I'll answer you clearly. I appreciate the authenticity of your heart, even if your vocabulary seems limited or your thoughts seem disorganized. Let your thankfulness flow when you come to me first thing in the morning. Express your deepest anxieties, your lofty aspirations, and your mute cries. I listen intently and never get bored or impatient. Your prayers are gently carried to the courts of heaven by my soul, where they help to weave the fabric of your future. I define success by faithfulness and quiet trust, even though the world could define it by speed and loudness. Prioritize life over your future, your family, your career, and your health. Declare blessings with the same air I put in your lungs. Mountains of despair can be overturned by a few words spoken with faith. Recall that I am the Lord who opened the waters. In your life, I can also break the waves of hardship. Allow my comfort to envelop you if fatigue is pressing down on your soul. Put your troubles in my hands and let me watch over you as you sleep to end your evenings. I shall revitalize you with confidence and vigor the following morning. You shouldn't have to restless nights any longer because of the difficulties of tomorrow. Rest in the peaceful knowledge that I am up, planning answers to your issues. My angels guard your home, and my presence envelopes you like a cozy blanket. Open your eyes and welcome the new day with an open heart, prepared to receive my whispered instructions. Avoid letting anxiety dictate the conversation. Rather, declare that I am your father, your shepherd, and your ever-present friend. The key to a peaceful life is included in that statement. Your past is being completely rebuilt by me, so much so that the ancient ruins will be unrecognizable. My healing touch is applied to injured self-esteem, broken relationships, and crushed dreams. I take every piece and craft it into a vessel that embodies my glory, much like a master craftsman. Nothing is beyond my ability to repair, even if you believe the damage is irreparable. Give up your resentment, regrets, and pessimism. Create space in your life for the new chapters one I'm writing. Soon, missed possibilities will come back to you or new ones may arise in unexpected places. Don't give up. I will go to any lengths to save you because there is no darkness that my light cannot reach. I have an unending, unwavering, and passionately protective love for you. Let yourself be engulfed in that affection. When negative thoughts attempt to take over your mind, confront them with my truth every morning, every evening, and every instant in between. Confirm my statement that you are my child, crowned with honor and purpose. You benefit from my strength and love rather than being a prisoner to fear. Declare that there is freedom where my spirit is. Because a tongue that speaks life opens doors to blessings. Let your words create your reality. People may laugh at your self-assurance, but their incredulity does not negate my assurances. Instead, take a proud stance, for I am by your side, giving you strength and perseverance. I purposefully created you in your mother's womb, weaving into your being dreams and gifts that are unique to the tasks I have planned for you. Watch miracles happen as you live out that identity. Have patience, my love. Even while you might not see the results of your faith right away, every prayer, tear, and act of obedience starts things that are out of your direct view. Time itself gives way to my schemes. Although the seasons change, my word never goes out of style. Avoid comparing your trip to other people's. Every soul has a distinct tale to tell, a meticulously constructed tapestry of struggles and triumphs. Pay attention to what I've told you and the dreams I've given you. Pray for them, water them with faith, and keep them safe from the bugs of hopelessness and uncertainty. These seeds will eventually grow into testimonials that will motivate a lot of others. Others may doubt your progress or imply that you've gotten lost. Ignore them. Continue to focus on me, the creator and consummator of your faith. The miraculous is as real as the air you breathe in this supernatural lifestyle, which I encourage you to experience. This entails going beyond what is humanly comfortable or reasonable. You will see illogical transformations, breakthroughs, and healings as you rely on my power. But keep in mind that these miracles are more than simply show. They show my sympathy and affection. Every miracle you experience or witness is a call to increase your level of trust. Accept them as milestones on your path to spiritual development. Reaffirm your resolve to serve me completely with every hand gesture I make. Your life turns into a living example, illuminating others with my goodness. Remember the facts I have engraved in your heart, even while you are doubting yourself. You are my child, and by faith and obedience, you can access whatever I own. People you formerly believed to be lost or alienated will start to come back to you because of the soft light of my grace that shines from your life. Be prepared to accept them without grudges. Give them the same unwavering love that I have given you. Offer a patient spirit, a kind heart, and a listening ear. You will witness the operation of my redemptive purpose in this reconciliation. Broken families can serve as examples of forgiveness and solidarity. Long-standing friendships can serve as examples of second chances. Every friendship that is re-established serves as a reminder that I am a God of fresh starts. Celebrate these miracles, for they are just as powerful as reviving the dead or curing a blind man. Both the individual and the community around them are given vitality by a reconciled heart. Accept your vocation as a peacemaker. You link yourself with my divine heartbeat by doing this. I am also aware of your financial requirements, needs, and professional goals. Don't fall for the myth that I don't care about these issues. How much more can I do for you, my beloved child, since I can care for the birds of the air and clothe the flowers of the field? Be truthful in all of your dealings. Avoid the temptation to compromise integrity in order to pursue rapid gains. I'll bring the appropriate people into your life. People who value your skills and provide you just compensation. Although they may come as a surprise, opportunities are not random occurrences. I open the doors in accordance with my strategy. Prepare to bravely and gratefully walk through them. Remember that if you dedicate your work to my glory, it can be an act of worship. Please pray to me about any stress or uncertainty you are experiencing at work. I'll give you the imagination and determination you need to succeed. Mindful speaking is a sign of spiritual growth. Words have great power. They can bless or condemn, edify or destroy. Make use of them to raise, heal, and encourage. Avoid gossip and unfounded charges. Don't participate in when someone tries to start a fight by disparaging others. Keep your emotions in line with righteousness and tune out harmful discourse. You create a respectful and peaceful environment around yourself by doing this. People will observe your restraint and question how you maintain your composure. You can only control the wild character of human speech by my spirit, so point them in my direction. Make sure your phrases convey my feelings. Let every discourse be guided by my grace. Even when you disagree, follow your heart. The blessings I have bestowed upon you will be preserved and your soul will be protected by this discipline. Don't worry, I haven't been silent thanks to tactful hints and prompt prods. I've been pointing you in the direction of a closer relationship with my word. Immerse yourself in it for a while. Allow it to serve as a mirror reflecting who you really are and highlighting any areas that require improvement. Accept that reprimand as guidance from a loving Father rather than as punishment. My word may cut through the mist of uncertainty and show the way to wisdom because it is sharper than any two-edged weapon. Have greater faith in it than in ephemeral opinions. Allow it to be the cornerstone of your choices, the compass that prevents you from becoming lost. You will find in it the completeness of my promises, which remain steadfast despite changes in the outside world. Allow such assurances to strengthen your faith by serving as a constant reminder that I am the same now as I was yesterday. Remember that I have conquered the earth when grief consumes you or fear tries to take over your thoughts. Peace is the securing presence of my spirit in your life, not just the lack of conflict. In times of difficulty, accept my gift of tranquility, which defies reason. It will keep you steady and protect your heart and intellect. Recite my truths and meditate on my character to cultivate this calm no matter what storms come. Your awareness of my closeness is heightened by this spiritual exercise. Perfect love and fear are incompatible, and I promise that my love is always flawless. Give your worries to my competent hands. Even your problems will be transformed by me and used as a springboard for a new level of trust. I mold you into the masterpiece I've imagined from the beginning of time in this way. You have prayed for miracles and signs that will strengthen your faith. Let me be the best sign you can find. Pay attention to the subtle ways I guide your steps through a meaningful discussion, a moment of synchronicity, or a sudden wave of calm that comes over you without any apparent reason. Listen for my voice in the quiet times. I move in big and tiny ways, and I love sharing my emotions with people who sincerely want to know me. Every prayer that is answered and every timely word of encouragement serves as further proof that I am genuine, deeply involved in your life, and steadfastly dedicated to your welfare. When uncertainty arises, think back to those times when I met you clearly. As you travel, let these serve as the stones of recollection you stack to honor my steadfast fidelity. I can tell how worn out you are and how much life weighs you down. Please don't hide this fatigue from me. My power will be most evident when you acknowledge your weakness. Express your emotions, frustrations, and anxieties. Your hardships do not deter me. Rather, I give you a compassionate hug and realistic optimism. My spirit revitalizes tired bones and gives you the strength to dream once more. Don't be embarrassed to ask for my assistance. I was there for the greatest religious leaders when they needed me most. I will plant my power in your weakness, so let your tears sow the seeds of future marvels. It is through your humility that I shall prove myself great. Allow me to transform your lament into a testament of grace by giving you new vitality in place of your tiredness. Continue to live in my presence every day. Develop it into a sacred routine that influences how you view everything else. You will discover that I am your daily bread and your deliverer, your foundation and your castle as time goes on. Allow your spirit to come to rely on me for support, guidance, and comfort. The sound of the outside world will fade away as you do this, to be replaced by the sound of heavenly love. Your faith will grow into a tenacious vine here in this dedicated location, blooming with joy and hope and spreading its fragrance to everyone in its path. The calm you exude will attract others. They'll look for the same guarantee that you have. Being aware that you too once walked in confusion until I revealed my light, be prepared to lead them toward me while speaking with thankfulness rather than conceit. Remember that my love is an indestructible anchor, even when despair tries to overwhelm you. Nothing can break the connection I've made with you, not even a mistake, a failure, or heartache. No wilderness is too big or valley too deep for my presence to reach. I'll always be able to reach you. Now take a deep breath and let my calm to fill your heart. Imagine your life's horizon gradually becoming brighter, the darkness fading, and hope bursting forth from all sides. You may still have problems, but they no longer define who you are. You are claimed by my love, referred to by name, and marked as valuable in my eyes. The foundation of who you are is this love. Hold on to it, rejoice in it, and spread it. You will overcome every challenge with this love. I say these words to awaken your soul, to remind you that I, your Father in heaven, know your story very well. I want you to succeed, to transcend survival and enter a life characterized by achievement and meaning. Accept these words as a solid hand that leads you ahead. Don't let remorse, guilt, or humiliation stop you. I have given you a new name, beloved, treasured, and redeemed, and I have cleansed you and welcomed you into my family. Have greater faith in this identity than in the labels that others have assigned you. You no longer need to look to transient human acclaim for validation. My divine spark, a reflection of my splendor intended to shine brightly in a world in need of hope, is within you. Allow the spark to burn without interference, proving that love always wins out. I understand your need for a new outlook and your yearning for hope in an occasionally depressing world. I call you into the safety of my eternal arms and guide you step by step, speaking to you with the same affection a shepherd gives a beloved lamb. Remind yourself that I am the one who shaped you in secret and raised you with boundless love as you allow my words to enter your heart and feel how my spirit gives you newfound bravery. Nothing at all escapes my concern or my attention. You have frequently questioned if you have the fortitude to endure. The foundations of your faith are being shaken by storms that are brewing both inside and outside of you. However, I encourage you to hold on to me even more tightly than before. Picture yourself standing in front of a vast ocean with looming waves that could slam against you. Anchor yourself in my goodness throughout those times. With a single word, I can control the waves and the winds, so no wave is too high or wind too powerful. I still have unrivaled power, and I have decided to use it to keep you safe and strong. Remember that the same God who created the cosmos also pledges to support you through all of life's challenges. You might believe that you are not eligible for my favor because of your prior experiences, or that you are undeserving of my gifts because of your persistent shortcomings. Let me clear up that miscommunication. My unwavering devotion is not dependent on how well you do or how flawless you are. I urge you to get back up after falling. And I wish you would help me get over my humiliation when it weighs you down. I am aware of your heart's goals. I notice your hidden tears and your mute struggles. I don't hold your flaws against you or pass judgment on you severely. My grace extends beneath all of your troubles, providing a salve to soothe your most severe injuries. You feel the gentle embrace of a father who never gets tired of loving you the instant you put your heart in my hands. Consider a seed that has been buried in the ground. Before it ever reaches the surface, it grows silently for a season without being visible. Your life is in my hands too. I'm at work feeding your spirit in the pursuit of secrets during those times when you feel overwhelmed by uncertainties, disappointments, or postponed responses. You will come out stronger and more robust when the time is perfect, and you will produce magnificent fruit that everyone can see. Welcome to your season of covert planning. Accept that when you let me be your source and sustainer, a gradual but amazing process of transformation will take place. I often create the greatest gems in you while I'm waiting in the dark. I would also like to talk to you about your relationships, both old and new. Some of them might be thriving, brimming with the delight of mutual laughter and profound comprehension. Others may be under stress, where there used to be bridges, miscommunication or treachery may have created barriers. I am the God who makes peace, who mends the wounded and cures the broken. I call you to show grace to people around you in the same way that I show you forgiveness and mercy. Healing does not necessarily occur quickly, nor does it include letting negative behaviors go unchecked. Instead, it asks you to view everyone with dignity and compassion as I do. It exhorts you to confide in me about your suffering rather than allowing resentment to harden your heart. Learning to forgive allows you to let go of the hold that resentment or anger has on your spirit, creating room for an unfathomable joy. Do you ever question whether I actually hear your prayers? You may have wept them through tears or mumbled them late at night, feeling as though your screams were lost in emptiness. Don't worry, dear child, not a tear has been shed in vain. Your prayers reach my heart directly and rise before me like incense. In prayer there is no distance. Every speech is carried to my throne by my Holy Spirit. Trust that my hand is working, even though you might not always see the outcomes you anticipate or the timing may appear drawn out. Behind the scenes, I'm setting things up, creating opportunities and coordinating divine meetings that will complement your life's greatest goals. The substance of things hoped for and the proof of things your eyes cannot yet see are found in faith. Allow hope to ignite within you, illuminating a path that leads you through any gloom. Let's explore the meaning of faith in greater detail while you wait. Faith is not just a sentimental emotion or a brief moment of conviction. Faith entails making the decision to stick to your commitment even when everything around you seems to be at odds. It is the assurance that I keep my word and don't change my mind. Think about religious heroes throughout history, those who held fast to their faith when things appeared hopeless and who continued to watch me while their hopes were damaged by storms. I respected them because they wouldn't give up, not because they were perfect. I'll reciprocate for you. You make an unseen declaration every time you stand and trust that my power surpasses all limitations and threats in your world. Use my truth to dispel fear when it tries to infiltrate. Declare your steadfastness when doubt tells you it's hopeless. In the hands of an all-powerful God, your faith, no matter how modest, can move mountains. Now think about your fate and the special call I have placed on your life. You weren't born randomly or with no purpose. Your entire DNA was given purpose by my creative aim. If your journey has been filled with setbacks, heartaches, or unexpected detours, you may wonder about this. But you have to realize that I can use every obstacle as a springboard and every failure as a stage for my success. When you send me your story, no chapter is wasted. Redeeming what seems lost is my specialty. I have had a vision for your life from the day you were born, one that involves influencing other people, showing my love, and developing your intelligence. Don't gauge your importance based on material money or status. Rather, gauge each day by how firmly you hold on to me, how devotedly you love, and how bravely you defend the truth. Remind yourself that my spirit is there to console you when you are feeling overwhelmed by grief. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, a friend's betrayal, or the loneliness that results from feeling misunderstood, I don't take your sorrow lightly. I am prepared to provide your spirit with comfort. Like a warm blanket on a chilly night, my comfort is like a soft touch in the dark. I am all around you, reminding you that you are not alone in your struggles. I can promise you that this season will not last forever, even if your heart may hurt with an intensity that appears intolerable. A melody of liberation will emerge from the ashes of your grieving, and a daybreak will break through your despair. I swap out ashes for beauty, sadness for joy, and weight for the garment of praise. Allow the knowledge that angels are encamped about you, protecting your steps and bending you in a protective manner, to further uplift your heart. You have frequently been protected from invisible threats and diverted from paths that would have brought about destruction. Every time, my angels were on guard, doing what I had commanded to protect you. You're not alone even now. Even though they are invisible, their presence surrounds you like a fortress. Recognize that you wear a spiritual cloak, dear. This cover does not promise that you won't have difficulties, but it does promise that I will be able to help you overcome them. Be calm and recognize this unseen troop protecting your cause when life's upheavals try to shake you. Above all, though, keep in mind that I, the creator of all, am your greatest defense. You may also have sympathy for friends, relatives, or loved ones who are going through difficult times. You may be pleading on their behalf in your private moments, hoping to see them freed from harmful habits, addictions, or illnesses. Please know that I value these requests much. You engage in a holy partnership with my will when you stand in intercession for others. Raise them up to me and let me work on their lives in accordance with my ideal scheme. If you don't see changes right away, don't give up. The seeds of change can occasionally take a while to sprout. Continue to love them, pray for them, and let your compassion and kindness to reflect my own, in order for them to acknowledge the divine hand influencing their situation. Trust me with their lives as much as you trust me with yours. You have no idea how much I care about their welfare and salvation. The human mind frequently struggles with uncertainty and doubt. You may ask yourself, God, where are you in all of this? As you observe the brokenness all around you, whether it is injustice, strife, or pain, that I am not aloof or uninterested, dear. My justice will ultimately triumph, and my compassion reaches every part of the planet. You see, human free choice, spiritual influences, and natural processes have all fashioned the universe into a tapestry of light and darkness. But even in the midst of chaos, my sovereignty is paramount. I bring beams of light via people like you who are willing to share love, truth, and hope. You join me in my redeeming mission when you are kind, when you uphold honesty, when you console the wounded. Recognize that my ultimate plan entails a final unveiling of peace and righteousness, a restoration beyond your wildest expectations. Hold on to my presence and keep doing good until then. Even the tiniest act of kindness can have an impact on eternity in ways you might not notice right away. Be mindful of the influences you let into your heart as you move forward. Your viewpoint and spiritual vitality are shaped by the media you consume, the people you surround yourself with, and the ideas you consider. Doubt and discouragement thrive when you surround yourself with negativity and hopelessness. However, your trust will grow if you fill your soul with my promises, encouraging songs, wise advice, and examples of my might. You'll be better able to separate truth from fiction and light from dark. Check the voices you've been hearing if you ever feel like your spirit is moving away from me. You are made to flourish in my company. Make every effort to strengthen your hope, preserve your joy, and maintain your peace. This is a call to prudent discernment, acknowledging that not all roads lead to life, rather than to seclusion. We have discussed faith, hope, and love a lot. Let's explore love in further detail. 'Cause I am love. The order to love me and to love your neighbor as yourself is the fullest fulfillment of the law and all the other commandments. Love is an activity that shines in the dark, breaks bonds, and heals wounds. It is more than just a sentiment. More powerful than your worst sin and more powerful than your worst fear, my love for you is unwavering. It enables you to love people in a level that goes beyond human reason, whether they are friends, family, or even enemies. Remember how I have loved you in spite of all of your flaws the next time you are struggling to love someone who has wronged you. Allow that insight to fill your heart with empathy. When you love the way I love you, you will purely represent who I am. For those who are lost, this contemplation serves as a beacon that points them in the direction of salvation. Remember that your life is a part of a larger narrative that goes beyond your current situation. I'm constructing a multi-layered story that touches innumerable individuals throughout space and time. Your deeds of obedience, love, and faith are delicately woven into this larger fabric. You may feel insignificant and unappreciated, but in my opinion, a heart that is totally dedicated to me is nothing small. You can change the atmosphere around you and activate heavenly energies that bring about my divine goals with just one nice word, one sincere prayer, or one moment of humility. Remind yourself whose child you are when you feel helpless. You are the heir of an unshakable monarchy. The continuing chronicle of my love story with humanity has a new chapter every day. Allow compassion, thankfulness, and worship to become ingrained in your everyday routine. Are you worn out from life's hectic pace? Are you tired of meeting deadlines one after another? Value society teaches you is found in constant activity, accumulation, and praise. I remind you that I am the source of true rest. I created Sabbath rest to help you heal, whether it's in the strict meaning of keeping a day or in the more general sense of resting your soul. You allow your spirit to breathe and realign with my everlasting viewpoint when you take a moment to focus on my presence and put aside your worries, even for a little while. You rediscover that you are loved for who you are to me, not for what you do in that quiet space. Allow the information to settle in. Allow it to free you from performance-related stress. No earthly endeavor can compare to the strength, peace, and renewal that come from gazing upon my love. As I talk about your self-image, pay great attention. I purposefully created you, giving each part of you holy attention. Maybe you've carried scars from hurtful remarks or internalized critiques that caused you to question your value. Let my voice be heard over their lies. There is nothing wrong with the way I have molded you. You are my craftsmanship, my masterpiece. Remind yourself of this fact whenever you feel insecure. I see more than your outside look. I see your heart. Your distinct personality and gifts are carefully selected instruments for the particular tasks I have in store for you. They are not coincidental. Let my love serve as the prism through which you view yourself, and embrace who you are in me. Allow that love to dispel self-doubt because I, the Lord of the universe, declare you to be valued and beloved. You can run across opposition or mockery as you venture out in faith to serve or to spread my teachings. Some will misinterpret your intentions while others could attempt to disparage your convictions. Don't be discouraged by their responses. Many souls that are destined to speak the truth are often silenced by fear of rejection. Recall that I gave you strength, love, and a clear mind instead of a spirit of dread. React with serene assurance when animosity emerges. Allow kindness to dictate how you respond so that even people who disagree with you may see how sincere you are. My truth has the capacity to shatter barriers of disbelief, but it works best when it is spoken with compassion and humility. You are in charge of your readiness to share as I guide you, not how others respond to you. You will learn the amazing ways I can change hearts, including your own, if you put your trust in me for the result. Don't undervalue the strength of gratitude, my love. Gratitude brightens even the darkest paths, much like a torch. You change your emphasis from lack to abundance when you consciously list your benefits, from the tiniest grace notes to the most significant miracles. This act of gratitude brings you closer to my presence and opens spiritual portals. When you feel like complaining is more appealing than compliments, try making a list of the positive things in your life to show how my kindness is still all around you. Being grateful also puts you in a position to receive more because it creates an environment that is conducive to the growth of further benefits. Let gratitude be the starting point of every prayer, and observe how your anxieties start to diminish in the light of my faithfulness. I want to talk about your hopes and goals for your family, your neighborhood, and perhaps your future. Some of these aspirations are admirable yet appear unattainable. You may feel stuck, uncertain about what to do next, and afraid that you don't have the resources or credentials. Listen. If I have given you a dream, I will provide the means for you to realize it. I take every step of the route, even if it involves unanticipated detours, patience, and training. My spirit will guide you toward mentors, open doors for you when you need them, and shield you from dangers you can't see. Give these dreams to me every day, believing that my plan for your life is bigger than you can fathom. Never forget that I am the God who gives the weak strength and the lowly wisdom. Believe that I, the Lord who calls, am also the Lord who completes, and let your dreams soar in faith. When life struggles are more intense, thinking back on my commitments might serve as a mental fortress. The enemy frequently attempts to plant seeds of hopelessness and despair by emphasizing your shortcomings and attempting to make you forget everything I have already accomplished. Use my word to counter these lies. Like a truth armory, keep it in your heart, ready to be released at the first hint of discouragement. Say it, my assurance, in response to the voice of fear telling you that you will fail. If I will it, I am the one who gives you victory. Say, there is no condemnation for those who dwell in my grace, in response to the voice of condemnation that tells you that you are unworthy. My speech is alive and vibrant, more incisive than any blade, piercing the deepest recesses of uncertainty and illuminating the path to liberty. Allow me to assist you in controlling your feelings as well. When things seem unfair or you see others succeed in ways you wish you could, you may get angry, jealous, or arrogant. These feelings can occasionally be concealed by logical justifications. Come to me honestly and let me know when you're feeling envious or frustrated. I'm able to manage your unfiltered feelings. Give them to me so I can purify your heart and make it fit my personality. Realizing that I am the source of every good gift is a sign of true humility. Once you believe that I have a customized strategy for each of my children, comparisons become pointless. Give up these negative feelings and you'll discover that I replace the void with calm, compassion, and sincere happiness for other people's accomplishments. When a soul is released from the shackles of competitive striving, it adopts this stance. Additionally, there may be times when you feel alone and your friends seem to be moving on. Remind yourself that you are never really alone during those lonely evenings. I listen to every beat of your heart, closer than your breath. I occasionally let you be alone so you can develop a deeper sense of reliance on me and improve your capacity to hear my voice over background noise. I can be very obvious in my guidance, even in the stillness. I can turn your solitude into a spiritual growth environment, bringing to light aspects of your identity and purpose that you might have missed in a throng. Consider solitude an invitation rather than a sign of desertion. The murmurs I make become louder in that quiet room, and you can hear my will more clearly. Be brave. There is a divine purpose for this season. Remember that you represent my kingdom as you take on new challenges and possibilities. Consider what an ambassador does. They reflect the agenda of the person they represent, not their own. Similarly, you act as my representation when you lead, serve, or speak. Hold fast to my values so that your words and deeds reflect my values. Your unique calmness, wisdom, and love will be seen by others. Its origin may be a mystery to some. Be ready to point them back to me and share your hope with them. You don't have to have all the answers or be a polished speaker. A kind word, a listening ear, and an honest heart can let others feel my love for themselves. When my children embrace their calling with humility and genuineness, you can see how my spirit heals even the hardest hearts. Avoid spiritual complacency at all costs. When life appears pleasant, it's easy to settle into a pattern that doesn't require me to actively look for my face. However, I want to be much more than just a far-off idea in your life. I want to be your best friend, your lifeblood, and your daily bread. Encourage your love for me, friend, by reading my word, praying, and worshiping. Talk to me all day long like you would a close friend, discussing your ideas, worries, and pleasures. In the silence of your soul, hear my answers. Your relationship with me is supposed to be a dynamic interchange that leads to renewal and development rather than a ritual. I will fan the embers of faith back into a strong blaze if you ask me to rekindle your heart if you sense it becoming chilly. Think about the way you manage the time, skills, and money I have given you. I don't put these in your life just to make you feel better. Instead, they are instruments by which you can increase my kingdom and bless others. Generosity makes me happy. Sharing what you have, no matter how tiny, reflects my own giving spirit. You let me continue to pour blessings into your life with an open hand and a loving heart, not so you can keep them for yourself but so you can give them to people who are less fortunate. We are aware of your generosity. It rises up in front of me like a sweet offering. My method raises giving as a channel of love, despite the fact that the world frequently promotes self-interest. Giving in this way allows you to experience a deep happiness that money cannot buy. I want to reassure you that part of your calling includes being unique. Maybe you felt ignored or overshadowed by people around you who appear more talented or self-assured. Keep in mind that I gave you a unique personality and certain strengths. Instead of feeling envious of other people's gifts, embrace what I have given you and appreciate them. This planet has a void that can only be filled by you. You thrive and those around you are fortunate when you live according to your God-given plan. Your input is very important. I have selected you to complete duties that no one else can complete in precisely the same manner. Avoid comparing yourself to other people. Rather, try to find and develop the gifts I have given you. By doing this, you will discover a sense of fulfillment that surpasses material recognition. When disagreements come up, handle them patiently and with an open mind. A calm answer reduces stress, whereas a quick outburst of rage frequently feeds conflict. Prioritize understanding over being understood. Speak the truth but do it with compassion. Using harsh language may win a debate, but it also misses the chance to show my character. A gentle response has the power to dismantle barriers that 1,000 scathing retorts could never. You can learn how to love and communicate in ways that honor me by using conflict as a refining tool. Never forget that you speak for me in all of your interactions. Allow humility to guide you since it can lead to solutions. Encourages empathy and lets me be at ease. Watch out for any kind of deception, whether it's lies propagated by others or self-delusion regarding your own intentions. My adversary is cunning and frequently tells half-truths to trick unwary people. Allow my truth to serve as my anchor so that you can spot even the smallest distortion. Maintain a pure heart devoid of proud blind spots or ulterior motives. Run to me right away if you ever realize you've been duped. I'll sort things out, giving you forgiveness and clarity so you don't have to live in confusion. You will travel safely, protected from traps that would otherwise trap you, if you follow my word, which is a lantern at your feet. Consider how simple a child's faith can be. Youngsters have open hearts and are not constrained by cynical mistrust. I'd like you to come to me with the same candor. When you read my words or see my creation, allow awe to fill your eyes. See prayer as a dialogue with your devoted Father rather than as a routine. Expect my kindness with all your heart. The burden of overthinking is lifted when one has childlike trust. You acknowledge that I am who I claim to be and that my commitments are still enforceable. Allow this innocent trust to serve as your constant companion, guiding your deeds and prayers. When life seems difficult, get back to the fundamentals. I'm present. I am true to my word and I adore you. Additionally, pay attention to how you talk about yourself. Words have the capacity to be innovative. You're aligning your thoughts with lies if you're always declaring that you're useless, unlovable, or hopeless. Speak my affirmations instead. You have a destiny, you are forgiven, you are loved, you are more than a conqueror, and you are chosen. Replace self-deprecating ideas with the reality of who you are in me every single day. This technique gradually changes your perspective so that you can see yourself the way I do. You'll feel more confident in my vocation and have more capacity to positively influence people. Always check your self-talk against what I've said, giving me the last word on who you are and where you're headed. I also want you to keep in mind how important it is to have fellowship with other believers. Being alone leaves you open to temptation and depression. You empower one another when you unite in prayer, worship, and burden sharing. My spirit frequently communicates through accountability, group prayer, and the advice of good companions. Coals that are kept together retain heat longer than a single coal that is taken out of the fire. Therefore, establish deep relationships with a religious group. Together, serve, grow, and learn. Just as people ought to love you despite your flaws, love them despite theirs. This unity shows the world how much I love them. Provide a concrete example of my grace. Committed fellowship, despite the possibility of disagreements, molds you into my Son's image by teaching you tolerance, patience, and unconditional love. Take a moment to reflect on how far I have carried you, rather than focusing on regrets. Your present is shaped by the lessons you've learned from every chapter of your history, including your triumphs and setbacks. You see, my faithfulness is intertwined throughout every prayer that is answered, every moment of protection, and every instance in which you find the fortitude to get back up after falling. Allow these memories to strengthen your thankfulness and confidence in the future. Why doubt that I will support you in future storms if I have already seen you through them? Your timeline is a real-life example of my kindness. Even the darkest times can be made brighter by remembering the milestones and igniting a fire of gratitude and faith. Testimonies serve as a reminder to you and others that I have not changed over the years. Remember that my invitation is still open as we approach the end of these lines. You can come to me at any time in any state, happy or sad, angry or grateful, and my arms will always be open and my heart will always be kind. I've known you since the beginning of time, and I appreciate every move you make in my direction. Never undervalue the impact of saying yes. Every time you decide to believe in my promises, follow my whispers, and trust me, you start a chain reaction of change in both your life and the lives of everyone you come into contact with. You are a part of my continuous journey, a story of love overcoming hate, hope shining through sorrow, and grace defeating darkness. I have no reservations about my affection for you. Allow this love to inspire you to be a healing force, a voice of support, and a beacon in your communities. You are my vessel, brimming with wealth incalculable. Everywhere you go, pour out that riches. Show those imprisoned in shame the liberation I bought for them with a love so profound that even death could not contain it. Bring the lost home to my embrace, and give the thirsty a sip of living water. Your life turns into an act of worship as you embody these principles, and that makes me happy. Now take these words with you, my little kid. Think about them in private, say them aloud in prayer, and impart them to people who are less fortunate. I, the Lord your God, see you, hear you, and walk with you. Keep that in mind. No mountain is too steep, no valley is too dark, and no storm is too strong for my grace to triumph over. As you move on, Confident that my presence is always with you, may these facts fortify your heart and bring you serenity. You are never alone, and my plans for you are beautifully designed to provide you with happiness, genuine fulfillment, and an enduring legacy. The best is still to come for me, my kid, so let hope and trust grow. I encourage you to reply in a straightforward yet significant manner if these words have had a profound impact on you and if they speak to your spirit. In order for others to witness my work in your life and gain inspiration for their own travels, please share your thoughts and experiences in the space provided. By doing this, you remind people that I am a God who communicates directly to each person's heart, shining a light for those who are looking for truth and hope. Additionally, I urge you to stay in touch, to keep developing your faith, and to find my presence every day. In order to get reminders of my unending love, teachings of grace, and messages of hope, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. You help create a community where faith is nourished, testimonies are exchanged, and hearts are open to my boundless compassion by subscribing and leaving comments. I, your Divine Father, now provide you my serenity, wisdom, and capacity for transformation. As you put your trust in me, you will receive my favor, therefore move forward in love, faith, and confidence. You will always be loved, held, and cherished. Amen.